The problem was it was an army designed for everything but war on the European continent against the Germans. So they all died, but they fought well. And then they were replaced by, millions of citizen soldiers who did the best they could, but they ended up like our citizen soldiers during World War War I, but more important, during the Civil War. So, Grant was asked by, and I'll shut up after this. Grant was asked by a journalist what unit was he most proud of having served with in his career. This is long after he'd retired. And he answered Zachary Taylor's army in the Mexican War. And this man was shocked. And he went on to talk about the fact, Zachary Taylor's army was a professional force. Most of the soldiers we had were professionals. We were augmented, but the core army was a professional force, and they were brilliant. We could outperform, we could outmaneuver the Mexicans, even though they always outnumbered us 3 or 4 to 1. And then he said, you have to understand, what about the Civil War? He said, we have to understand those were citizen soldiers. They were brave and courageous and good men, but it's not the same as a professional force. And what happened during the Civil War? How many men did we lose in frontal attacks in the last year plus of the war in order to bring the war to a close? And people used to call Grant the Butcher. And of course, what he knew is that what else can we do? I only have so many trained professionals. I can only do so much. Now, my point is, we don't want that for the future, but we need to think very carefully about what that future should look like. I think what Secretary Hegseth has suggested, there's nothing wrong with it. The problem is, how do you go about it? And remember, none of these institutions, nor the people